why people need to stop believing everything on the internet and stop, living in a false reality. At the end of the day, there's a lot of real shit going on. The last thing you should worry about is a kid acting crazy on the internet. Real shit is going on in the world. Open your eyes. Kids being hurt, nobody caring. Everybody looking at it like, oh, he just crazy. It's a conspiracy. It's this, it's that. At the end of the day, that shit was real. And I out there put my reputation online, had everybody thinking I was crazy. Back in the day, who's the crazy one now? I didn't even really want to say this, but it's the truth. Everybody needs to acknowledge, like, yo, I'm tripping. Y'all was tripping, not me. You guys were tripping. I was the one that was actually with sanity, because I'm like, yo, they're hurting little kids. Let's help them. Like, that's called being a real man, because I don't give a fuck what people say about me. Right. I walked through the fire and still held it down and still beat fucking Devin Haney and still drank every day and still beat him. And I did everything. Now, what the fuck? Hey, what happened? False reality, right? Drank every single night, went out on the first Monday and a Tuesday and drank. What happened? I won. Right? Not necessarily. Wait. Not necessarily am I proud of that, but I'm just saying it was a statement to show you guys can't really fuck with me.
That's right.
No, it's the same thing. Stay focused, and we know that he was a good fighter. I always said that, right? I never said that he was. I said he's a good fighter, and that's what it is. We want a rematch. He got hit with a shot early, and I don't think that he naturally kind of recovered from it. It didn't swing our way. But listen, that's things that happen. He's a champion. He showed heart. He showed grit. And like I said, we want a rematch.
Yeah, Ryan started really well, and I think I say Devin didn't recover from that. I mean, I felt like he won the next 4 rounds, but he got dropped 3 times. And I actually had the fight really close. I had Devin winning the last round. And when I was counting the rounds back, I didn't actually give Ryan, away from the knockdowns, many rounds in the fight. But as I said, it's really difficult when you get dropped 3 times.
So how did you score the fight?
I did a draw. Honestly, one of the Golden Boys just walked past, saying, "Oh, shut up, Eddie." But that's how, I'll have to watch it back. But I struggled. Like, Ryan didn't actually do anything in a lot of the rounds where he didn't drop him. Do you know what I mean? And I thought there was no way Devin won the fight, but I could have seen it a draw, giving him the last round. But the problem was the 10-8 rounds are just, crucify you. And I thought Devin boxed really poorly tonight, really poorly. And listen, respect to Ryan. I mean, he looked massive in it. He looked like a middleweight in there tonight, And he deserves, all the credit to him.
Radio Raheem here with breaking news. On April 20th, in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center, Ryan Garcia, on his way to a majority decision win over champion Devin Haney, scored 3 knockdowns, and what many regarded as a huge upset as the 11-1 underdog Ryan Garcia came away with his hand raised and the victory. Today, it is being reported by Dan Raphael and Mike Coppinger that Ryan Garcia has tested positive for the PED astarine. It is also being reported that VADA can confirm that Ryan Garcia not only tested positive for this PED the day before, but also the day of his upset victory over Devin Haney. At this point, Ryan Garcia has 10 days to request a B sample to be tested. In addition to this, there is reaction from Bill Haney, Devin Haney's father and trainer, who is infuriated at the news and spoke to Chris Mannix of Sports Illustrated. Quote, "You trying to hurt my baby. We played it fair. We didn't do it like that. Fuck boxing. This is some bullshit. I came from the streets. You scared of Devin on a level playing field. I feel fucked up over this. If you can brag about it, you shouldn't be on drugs."
To missed calls from Devin and a text saying, "Call me ASAP," and spoke to him. He's devastated because it's been very difficult for him to overcome the loss, but particularly difficult now to take the loss when he was 3.5 pounds over and the loss that he fought a man who had performance-enhancing drugs in his system. Whether I believe everybody should have the right to protest their innocence. Unfortunately, in this situation, it's guilty until proven innocent. I've been there, right? But one thing we 100% know in this situation is that when he entered the ring, he had performance-enhancing drugs in his system, right? He tested positive on, was it 19th and 20th? So that's incredibly difficult for Devin Haney to take. And the fight will become a no contest, regardless of whether it was intentional or not intentional. It was still in him when he fought. It's not fair. It's not, but every fighter deserves the opportunity. And now it's a tough fight. Ryan has got to get himself together with Oscar and Golden Boy, and they've got to take this on. I've been there. I've done it for 2 years. I'm still going because I believe in my fighter. And if they believe in Ryan Garcia, they'll have to take that fight with him. It's a very difficult one to win. But what you can't do is just sit on Instagram Live and go, oh, everyone's got it against me. Like, no, you gave a sample that you had something in your system. I'm not saying you're a cheat. I'm not saying it was, I've no idea, but it was there. And unfortunately, you have to deal with it.
Sport's riddled with it. It's actually pretty bad. But obviously Ryan Garcia is he's not taking it serious. You can see the way he's posting, he's making a joke out of it. And it's not a joke really, because you're playing with someone's life. And I don't think there's any space for it in the sport now. Obviously it's disgusting, because really and truly, you've seen Haney in the aftermath, his face was swollen, anything could have happened. Especially over in America, I'm not just calling them out. Obviously you've seen the things with Russia and stuff as well. A load of them are on it. They're all on different things. It just doesn't make the sport. It's not even about it being fair. It's dangerous and it's wrong. They should just say, listen, we're all on game, everyone take it, because then it's fair game, isn't it? However, they don't. Obviously, it's illegal, so they're not allowed to do that. But still, I just think it's disgusting, really. But he's also saying they set him up, so you don't know. You never know. Obviously, I know certain times people have popped and they've not took anything. So there is that argument. I understand that, but prove it then.
Yeah, it was. It was a brilliant fight, and it's a shame that this has come out. But it's like, do you know what? I don't really like even speaking about stuff like this, because it's like I don't know the ins and outs. I don't even know what he's tested positive for until all the results Austrain, whatever it's called. I've not researched. I don't know what it's for. It's just not a good look. But let's hope that there's more to the story. But who knows? But it's not a good look for Ryan Garcia. He's just gonna have to get banned, isn't he? The same way. Look, if you get proven guilty, you serve a ban. That's in any sport. As I say, it just doesn't bring. It's not good light on boxing, but let's see what happens.
No, actually, I don't like to do the eye test or whatever, but I'd be lying if I didn't say when I was watching his media workouts. I actually said aloud at one point, he looks like he's on drugs. I didn't say it to anyone else, but and not like anything that would affect him behaviorally in terms of how he was acting in the lead up to the fight. I was pretty consistent up until the final press conference that I felt he was just trolling everybody, and everyone was kind of falling into his, or the people that were asking the question, is he, should he be pulled from the fight and all that, were kind of falling into his trap. But just the musculature, I don't know, there was just something about him that looked unnatural to me. But I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist. I'm a guy that covered boxing for over 10 years and wrote over 70 plus pieces about performance enhancing drugs. I've talked to a lot of drug dealers. I've talked to anti-doping administrators. I feel like I know a little bit about the subject, and I just, to me, it was just kind of a knee-jerk reaction of like what I was seeing didn't look quite right. I mean, anything's possible. I tend to have thought that was a decision maybe he made on the week of the fight, that, what, I'm not gonna drain myself. And especially seeing, you look at the two guys as they're doing their media for the week, and you could see Devin already, the cheeks were kind of sucking in, and we know he really boils down to get to his weights. And so I think maybe Ryan just made a calculated move of, what, I'm gonna come in at 3.2. That's just my guess, over. Like, I'm just gonna stop trying to cut weight. But weight cutting is a is something we're all used to as boxing fans and, MMA fans. But it is a completely unnatural and unscientific process. And that, meaning that, sometimes guys' bodies just shut down and they can't make the weight anymore. To me, it didn't look like Ryan was trying to make the weight. His cheeks never sucked in. He didn't get the dark circles under his eyes. He seemed to have, a lot of energy throughout the fight or the fight week. So it's possible that if you're doing a steroid program, which is also an inexact science, that he weighed more than they expected heading into a 140 fight. But wasn't he was 143 for his last fight? So I think at this point he kind of knows where he's at weight wise. So to me, looking at all that, I think it was a conscious choice. He even bragged about it after the fight that he had after the weigh-ins that he had a 3-pound weight advantage and kind of laughed it off. So to me, that was a conscious decision and not really connected to the drug use or the alleged drug use.
But are you saying that you took something that maybe you didn't know? You're saying that it's not in there.
Completely fake. Like, it's fabricated. It's the most fake shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, they literally are faking it. Bill Conte, or whatever the fuck his name, what's his name? Victor, whatever the fuck his name is. He literally is one of the biggest advocates for VADA, and he helped organize VADA and help, with that whole process. Second, he literally was banned from baseball, Balco situation. Third, he literally supports Devin Haney. You can't make this shit up. I'm clean all the way through. The day before the fight, I took steroids, and the day after, supposedly. First of all, anybody in their right mind wouldn't fucking do that. And then there's a whole Olympic-sized swimming pool. There has a grain of salt of what they found in my system. This is bullshit, bro. They're cheating, bro. Fuck them. They could all suck a big one.
I wish I got £1 million every time a fighter tests positive. I'm not sure how that works out, but yeah, I mean, firstly, I think I like the way the New York State Athletic Commission have dealt with it so quickly. I have no idea of the situation or the case or the hearing, but it's my opinion that they probably went in with almost like a guilty plea to do a deal. And sometimes that's the quickest way to deal with it. When you've got someone that's so adamant of his innocence, like Conor Benn, it's hard to convince them to go and do a deal and basically say, sorry guys, because he never wanted to do that, still to this day. And in the end, it's like, that's sometimes the easiest way to deal with this situation is to go in and do a deal. So I presume they didn't fight his innocence, really, in a hearing, because the hearing, I don't think it even went on particularly long. It was a conversation between the parties and a deal was reached. I think the no contest is absolutely right. And obviously that's great for Devin. Ryan will sit out for a year. My worry with Ryan is what happens in that year. I don't think it's this carbon copy of, I'll chill out and I'll start training in 9 months and I'll see you in a year. He's going to have to deal with a lot of shit along the way now, and I worry for him. And I think Devin might end up sitting out, to be honest with you. Like, I don't see him taking a Sandor Martin fight. At the same time, I don't think that... would he go to Australia to fight Paro? I mean, the Ryan Garcia fight's a big fight, that rematch, when it comes back around. But will Ryan even return to boxing? I don't know. But it's a right fucking mess, to be honest with you. That's the reality of the situation. Look, I feel for Devin because he got battered in the fight and he showed unbelievable heart. And you know that Ryan Garcia had performance-enhancing drugs in his system when he boxed Devin. And he could have been badly injured in that fight. He could have lost his life. That's the more serious side of this, which when it gets brushed under the carpet of just accepting a ban, you're kind of taking away the fact of, hold on, did you intentionally do this to cause damage to Devin Haney? So you never know if Devin will be the same fighter coming back after a night like that. Luckily, he's young enough, he's fresh enough, he lives the life, so I'm sure he'll be fine. But if you're Devin, psychologically and mentally, that's a tough pill to swallow.